this is layout number 11, and I've pretty much run out of full sheets of pattern paper, so I'm using cardstock now as the background. And I'm going to use, there's a little bit of the My Mind's Eye and the Studio Calico, and I'm going to use that as part of the layering. I'm going to use a couple of pictures, which I'm going to end up cutting one of them down so that I can have different configuration of the pictures. And most of this layout I did in real time. So now I'm going to go to real time, and I'll come to you at the end of the video with just sort of a wrap up. All right. So how I decided on the matting for this, I just took the leftovers and kind of cut it where they were ending. And then I didn't know if I wanted to go, I got some black embellishments and some craft embellishments. And then I decided I want to mat the photo on brown. So I just went to my stash and just got like a piece of scrap. And then, because I found it coordinated with him better, and I just want to keep it in those tones. Now at this point, I'm not sure what I want to do. So one thing that I do is I spread out the embellishments that I kind of put with this, and then I kind of see, okay, what do I, what do I have and how will it fit on this layout? I was thinking of using maybe a frame, but if I do, it's going to be to tuck in. I'm not going to use it as a base for an embellishment cluster, I don't think. So I like this banner. I want to use it, and I think I've done my journaling and I've chosen my title, and the title is going to be Words of Wisdom, and I think I'll put it right there because he's so light that it can go right on here. I don't know what color I'll do it, but I'll figure that after. And this, it was a bench that was at the park where we camped, and it said, strive to be the person your dog thinks you are. So that's what I'm going to talk about, and Words of Wisdom is going to be the title. And I just thought it'd be nice to put the little banner there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink the edges all in a brownish tone. Could be frayed burlap or vintage photo. Yeah, I think I like vintage photo. I think I like vintage photo more. So we'll go with that. Let's see what else I have. Gathered twigs. So what I'm going to do, it's in between those two. So I'm just going to take a piece of scrap here and kind of smoosh it. So I'll see the two tones. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with vintage photo. It's got more of a yellowish tinge to it, so it'll match more with the yellow. Okay, so I'm going to ink the edges of the pattern papers, and then I'm going to glue everything down, and then I'll come back and we'll start working on the embellishment clusters. But that's what I do. I kind of spread out everything, kind of think about what I have, and then I glue the main part of the layout down because I know that's what I want. So, and even if I have to move it a little bit, it's not a big deal because I use ATG, and as long as you do it within, the first little bit, it's easy to lift it and move it around. So I'll put you on fast forward, I'll get that done, and then I'll be back. So now I've got everything glued down, and I had a piece of it was just branding strip, and I really like that. It's kind of grounding it, and then it's keeping it in the yellow so I can put my title here. and I just cut down. I had left a piece that was hanging over as the mat for the photo, but because I thought I would put my title there, but I like the yellow better, so I cut that down. I think I'm going to put the second photo just overlap like that. I'm not gluing it down yet. And then I want to start my cluster on this side. So I have this piece of pattern paper. Okay, so I'm ready to glue at least this part down so it stops flopping around on me. Ink the edges of everything. Just make sure when you ink the edges, don't go over where your photo, because if there's little specks, then it'll go on your photo and make a mess. Okay. Oh, one more. Just slightly. Okay, not ready to glue down. I won't do the other ones because I'm not sure what I'm going to use yet. And I might use them on a layout where I'm using black instead of brown, so I don't want to ink them all up. The end of a kit like this is probably my favorite part of the kit, because a lot of time, because of what's left, it kind of predetermines sort of your layout. Like there, I just took the pattern paper and just cut it down, you know, sort of the pieces that were hanging off the original. Like that piece here was here, and I just cut it down equal. Same thing with the other one. And then I laid them on the layout, and I like the way it kind of lays and makes the foundation for my page. Instead of having to think, you know, okay, how am I going to mat my photo this time, and where am I going to put my pattern paper? Okay, it's kind of messy. Why? Okay, let's try that again. Let go. Okay. Now with this one here, I wanted, how did I have that? It was tucked in behind here. That's what I don't like when you move stuff, to have to glue it down. Then it's to have it how you had it before. It was just perfect before. Right, it was tucked underneath that. Then I want to make it so that the edge of it is under this, so that it looks like it's part of it. So it's tucked under the banner. I can tip the banner a little bit more. There we go. Okay. Oh, I didn't put any glue on that. Okay. This is a new ATG gun. Don't give me trouble. Okay. Now, I want to use the number 2 because I'm talking about him, the dog, and my son. So I want to put it in here somewhere, but I'm not really sure how or where yet. So I'm just going to leave it. I know I want to use this because I like the word document. And I want to use it in this cluster. And I love using frames to kind of frame a cluster like that. Now I'm going to have to put something in here because I don't like that you can see the pattern paper in the background. I either can push it in so that you can just see the pattern paper, or I can mount another piece underneath if I have a piece of paper that's big enough. This one's not big enough. How about this? I don't like the two of those together. Let me see if I can make this one big enough. No, I don't think so. Maybe this. I think I'm complicating my life for nothing. Just wanted another color of contrast, but we'll put it like that for now. And then we'll see if I can. There. I'm just pushed it over a little bit because you could see the pattern paper underneath like that, and then it was creating some trapped, kind of an awkward corner, not trapped, but awkward corner. So we'll just move that over a little bit. And then the other part, I like to go to another area and put the rest. Now I can cut it down if need be. So then I could do the same thing, so like that. And keep moving stuff around until I find something that I really like. So, okay, I have a cluster kind of here. That's all part of the cluster. Then I have the picture here that I thought maybe I could put a cluster with it. We will see. I could kind of put a little cluster right here. So then it's kind of a narrow triangle, but it's still a triangle. And at first it's just playing, right? Just trying to figure out where things are going to fit the best. And I just keep playing with the embellishments and seeing where I like them. Okay, I have a little star here, which I don't have any other stars, so the piece of yellow might fit in there. Good. So I wouldn't do that because then this looks like it's all trapped unless I did something else in there. So the two won't go there for sure. I might put something here so that this looks that it's not trapped in there too. So the key to make something not look trapped is just to add other stuff. So then it looks like it's part of the cluster and it's not trapped. almost the same color though. No, don't like that. Okay, so we can put that. Maybe a little flower. Maybe a big flower. Buttons. So this is the point that you can, you know, try different things, and so I could put that so it's kind of coming off the page like that. It really puts focus on what it says. I think I'm gonna have to cut this down a little bit because I want the 2 to come here, but I don't like that it's sticking out, so I might cut that off, but I like that there. Just wish this was closer. Let's see if we can bring this up a little bit more and make it tighter. Like that. There. Just needed to cut that off because that sticking out just kind of made it all off balance. Now it's all contained. Now, another thing with getting at the end of the kit too, you have a whole lot less stuff. So sometimes it makes the decision a little easier because you don't have the ton of products to look at, but sometimes it makes it a little harder because you don't have the choices. Just a little crooked. Just cut this down because I found that it was off too much. So I got something going past, then I'm going to put something just going inside, just a different tone of yellow. And these are all cut apart, so sometimes they have a little bit of the leftover from the other card. Just going to ink this too. Okay. At some point you just have to commit, right? Just say, okay, it's time to start putting things down. Because you could be doing this till next Tuesday. And the goal is, you know, to get pages into our albums. So it's not a race, but you don't want to spend 2 weeks on the layout either. It's fun to get things accomplished. I think this is why this, I've tried many crafts throughout the years, and this is the only one that kind of stuck because I can see results fast. And I found with toll painting, T-O-L-E, toll, you could get results fast, but after a while, your wall space, you kind of ran out of wall space, so it was just difficult to do a lot of that. And with cross stitch, it just took too long to get something done. I need to have things moving along a little faster. get results a little faster. And but with this, in a couple of hours or less than an hour, you have a page done and you got something to show for it, and it has meaning, right? Like this is, yes, it's, strive to be the person your dog thinks you are. But in my journaling, I'm talking to my son about, growing up and being the best person that you can be. Let me see. There. I like that better. Now, do I want to go outside this grid and do? No, I think I like it. I like it confined. Sometimes I like it out, sometimes I like it in. So I have a banner here. I'm going to have a little banner here. Whether or not I have a banner here, we'll see. I'll glue that down. I think I'm good with that. So this is going to be my tiny cluster up here. And, yes, look at, keeping your clusters, kind of consistent and having sort of the, same colors, same type of embellishments, but don't make it so that you're totally stressed out about it. I just look at it, I go, okay, I have a banner, I have craft here, so I'm going to try to put craft, somewhere else in one of the clusters, and then even if the third one doesn't, I'm not going to totally stress over it. If I can find something, I'll put it in. If I can't, the scrapbooking police won't come and tell me that I totally messed up. It's your scrapbooks, and believe me, the people, your family, when they look at it, they're not going to be all like, all for the love of Pete. She has a heart here, and no heart here. What was she thinking? Right? They're just going to be like reading the stories, and I don't know, maybe your family is sort of maybe like my family now. Sometimes, I feel like, oh, they just look at it as, yeah, that's Mom's little hobby, yeah. Oh yeah, Mom, it looks really nice. Yeah. And, it's not more than that, but I think, if something were to happen to me tomorrow, then these would become a lot more priceless, because then they would have something that I made, something that in a lot of pages I talk to them and tell them about, things about life and that kind of things. You hear a lot sometimes when someone gets a bad diagnosis and the prognosis is not that good, that they make videos for the kids to, so that in major things that happen in their life, that they have something to have from them, Well, this is sort of what we're doing, but it's not that we have imminent danger coming. Do you know what I mean? It's just made in a more I don't know, maybe relaxed way. And I think it's going to mean a lot to them later on, even though right now it's maybe, yeah, okay. Mom has a little hobby, you know, that cost a lot of money. So that's the way I think anyway. I think later it's going to mean so much more to them than maybe now. Okay. I'm just trying to use the rest of the embellishments that I have spread out here. Like I said, I always try to use the ones that I have maybe on hand and try to use those up first. Now, this is so big. I have a word here. This kind of has words. It's in the picture, but it looks like it might be a sticker or something. So I'm going to cut this down. I'd rather use it than if it stays there and not get used. I'm just trying to find a good place to put it. There. Just, it continues that cluster without looking like it's just kind of stuck there with no meaning. So I'm sticking it in behind the little pattern and the sticker and above the pattern paper, so that it looks like all. Now here I might do a little bit of maybe journaling just to kind of fill that up, not say too much there. Now I said I wanted to use this craft. It's so big for this cluster, so it's going to have to come in this cluster. And there's not too much here, so I gotta find other. Oops, it's not glued. Oh, it is glued down. Wasn't stuck down very well. I think I knew I wanted to put other stuff in behind. So I have a lot of yellow stuff here, so I just got to look for yellow looking stuff to put here. Leftovers are usually good. I don't throw anything out until the kit is totally done, because even little pieces like this just kind of brings the continuity into the other clusters. So don't throw anything out, even little pieces like this. I just keep sticking it. I'm going to take that little arrow off though, and I'm going to glue that down. Now I'm trying to figure out if I want it on this side or if I want it here. I'm going to put it on this side. Because here it made it too close to that cluster, so that was the deciding factor. Great thing with ATG. I know it's hard to get on things like this, but you can move them if you need to. So that's truly little scraps that I just stuck in there. That would totally have gone in the garbage. And I'm just gonna use it as little layering pieces. I thought maybe I wanted that over top, but I want it underneath, I think. Just a little thing like that, eh? Underneath it goes. Okay, now did that make a spot for my star? It did. So just kind of did a little grounding place for my star. Like I said, I wish it was on that side though. Let's move everything over. All because of Mr. Star. The only thing is then I got the yellow on yellow here. Nope, I liked it the other way better. And that's what I like about, like I said, ATG. It's just movable. Now, a lot of times I don't take that long to make a decision on stuff. Just depends on the days. Some days I'm a little bit less decisive, I guess, than others. Too much was sticking out. I'm really indecisive today. There. Really like the way it was a while ago. Why did I go touch it? There. Okay, now let's commit because, my goodness. ATG won't stick to that, I guess. It took the sticky part right off when I removed it from the chipboard sheet. This is a little bit more permanent. Once it's down, it's down. Okay. Kind of want to put a little heart with the two because it's like two hearts. His dog, oh my goodness. You can't even like get upset at his dog because you're always in the wrong. It's like his kid. say anything negative about me, but man, attack my kids, right? Then the mama bear comes out. But it's the same with him. His dog is... Okay. Okay, so if I put a little heart there. I think I'm going to put 2 hearts, and the one thing that's going to be different is in here, it's going to be the star. I'm going to have a different thing in one of them. I'm going to put the little heart that overlaps the 2. Makes it kind of thick, but still okay. Now, I could take all this and mount it on another layout, or like on another page. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and find my brown marker. Okay, so I found my brown marker, and I think I'm going to outline the page, and that's going to make it so it's like contained. And then this, as I was moving the page, I saw this, and it says notes, and I have quite a bit of journaling, and it's kind of like private to my son. So here I'm just going to put, I don't know, something sweet, and I'm going to put the title here, I think. But I think I'll put the journaling in behind. Whenever it's kind of personal to the child, I'm going to put it here so they can... So I'll make the same kind of box that I did last time. And I'll probably do my journaling with the brown pen. So I'm just going to... And I'm not too worried about making it straight. Oops. I think what I'll do, though, is I'll just put XOX, and maybe gonna make sure that it's the right way. Maybe a little heart. And maybe love. Okay, so I just did it on the sides, and that's okay. It kind of frames it. Now, I'm going to do the journaling here. But first, I'm going to do my title. Okay, so all that's left to do is the title and the journaling, and I'm going to use these Doodle Bug Teensy Type in the white, and the title is just Words of Wisdom, and it was just something that was written on a park bench in the dog park in the campground that we were at last summer. And then I'm also going to build a little box in behind the layout, and I'm going to do some of the journaling in behind there. And I'm just, same as the previous layouts, just going to use some foam tape and build that little box. And that's going to complete layout 11. Next is going to be layout 12, and you know, just 4 more layouts left, and we're going to have, or I'm going to have this kit killed with, you know, no more left of pattern papers, but I have quite a bit of embellishments left, and I had kind of planned it that way. I wanted to make sure that I had enough embellishments that I didn't have to go and dig into my stash, and just kind of use what was pulled for this kit, because I didn't want to have to go and, you know, dig into my stash, and because that's where we're losing a lot of time, is when we keep going back and forth to our stash to find the perfect embellishment. Just scrap with what you've pulled and the layouts will come together so much quicker, and you're going to get so much done in a little bit of time. So now we're going to move on to layout 12.